Are you a person that struggles with self-sabotage? Do you find yourself constantly getting in your own way and hindering your own success? Well, you are not alone. In today's message, we will be discussing the common ways in which we sabotage our own success, and more importantly, how to put an end to it. You see, self-sabotage is a common issue that affects many individuals, and it can be a major obstacle in achieving our goals and dreams. But the good news is, it is not a permanent state. By listening to this message, you will learn how to turn things around and start paving the way towards your own success. So if you are ready to take control of your actions and break free from self-sabotage, then stay tuned. Because in just a few moments, I will be sharing with you 5 powerful ways to stop sabotaging your own success. So let's dive in and start creating the life you truly deserve. Starting with number 5, which is stop sabotaging your own success by practicing self-care and self-compassion. Now, you may be wondering, how can self-care and self-compassion help us achieve success? Well, let me tell you, my friends, it is the foundation on which all other success is built. You see, success is not just about external achievements, but it is also about our internal well-being. And self-care and self-compassion are the tools that help us maintain that well-being. So, what exactly is self-care? Self-care is the practice of taking care of our physical, emotional, and mental needs. It is about making time for ourselves, prioritizing our health and happiness, and setting boundaries to protect our well-being. It is not selfish, as some may believe, but it is necessary for our personal growth and success. We live in a fast-paced world where we are constantly bombarded with responsibilities, deadlines, and expectations. We are always on the go, trying to keep up with the demands of our jobs, families, and social lives. And in the midst of all this chaos, we often forget to take care of ourselves. We neglect our physical health by not getting enough rest or exercise. We ignore our emotional needs by not addressing our feelings and emotions. And we overlook our mental well-being by not giving ourselves a break from the constant stream of thoughts and worries. But my friends, I am here to tell you that self-care is not a luxury, it is a necessity. It is the key to unlocking our full potential and achieving success in all aspects of our lives. When we take care of ourselves, we are better equipped to handle the challenges and obstacles that come our way. We have more energy, focus, and resilience to overcome any setbacks and keep moving forward. Now let's talk about self-compassion. Self-compassion is the practice of treating ourselves with kindness, understanding, and forgiveness. It is about being our own best friend and ally, rather than our own worst critic. It means acknowledging our imperfections and mistakes, but not beating ourselves up over them. It means giving ourselves the same love and compassion that we would give to a dear friend or family member. Many of us have a harsh inner critic that constantly tells us we are not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. This negative self-talk can be detrimental to our self-esteem and confidence, and it can hold us back from reaching our full potential. But with self-compassion, we can silence that inner critic and replace it with a kind, supportive voice. We can learn to be gentle with ourselves and accept that we are human and we will make mistakes. But those mistakes do not define us, and they do not diminish our worth. So, my friends, how do we practice self-care and self-compassion in our daily lives? It starts with small, intentional actions. It means taking breaks when we need them, saying no to things that drain us, and making time for activities that bring us joy and relaxation. It means setting boundaries with others and ourselves and not feeling guilty about it. It also means being mindful of our thoughts and replacing negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Self-care and self-compassion also involve taking care of our physical health. This means getting enough sleep, eating nutritious foods, and exercising regularly. When we prioritize our physical well-being, we have more energy and vitality to tackle our goals and dreams. But most importantly, self-care and self-compassion mean being kind to ourselves, especially in times of failure or setbacks. Instead of berating ourselves for our mistakes, we can practice self-compassion by acknowledging our efforts and giving ourselves a pep talk. We can remind ourselves that failure is a natural part of the journey to success, and it does not define who we are. Which leads us to number 4, which is stop sabotaging your own success by taking responsibility for your actions. Now, you may be wondering, what does taking responsibility have to do with success? Well, my friends, let me tell you, it has everything to do with it. You see, success is not just about achieving your goals or reaching a certain level of wealth or status. It is about becoming the best version of yourself and living a life of purpose and fulfillment. And the only way to truly achieve that is by taking responsibility for your actions. So what does it mean to take responsibility for your actions? It means owning up to your mistakes, acknowledging your shortcomings, and being accountable for the choices you make. It means not blaming others for your failures or expecting someone else to fix your problems. It means being in control of your life and understanding that you have the power to create your own success. Now, I know that taking responsibility is not always easy. It requires courage and humility. It means facing your fears and admitting when you are wrong. But let me tell you, my friends, the rewards are worth it. When you take responsibility for your actions, you gain a sense of control over your life. You become the driver of your own destiny rather than a passenger. And that, my friends, is true freedom. You see, many people go through life playing the blame game. They blame their circumstances, their upbringing, their boss, their spouse, anyone and anything but themselves. But here's the truth. Blaming others will never lead to success. It will only hold you back and keep you from reaching your full potential. So I urge you to stop playing the blame game and start taking responsibility for your actions. Now, I understand that some of you may be thinking, but Jim, what if my circumstances are truly out of my control? My response to that is, you may not be able to control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it. You can choose to let your circumstances defeat you, or you can choose to rise above them and use them as fuel to propel you towards success. The choice is yours. Taking responsibility also means being proactive. It means not waiting for someone else to solve your problems or waiting for the perfect opportunity to come knocking on your door. It means taking action and making things happen for yourself. As the saying goes, if you want something done, do it yourself. So stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating it. Another important aspect of taking responsibility is learning from your mistakes. We all make mistakes. It's a part of life. But what separates successful individuals from the rest is their ability to learn from their mistakes and use them as stepping stones towards success. So don't be afraid to fail. Embrace your failures, learn from them, and use them to grow and become better. Furthermore, taking responsibility also means having a positive attitude. It means not dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. It means focusing on the present and making the best of every situation. A positive attitude is a powerful tool that can help you overcome any obstacle and achieve your goals. So choose to see the good in every situation and watch how it transforms your life. Which leads us to number 3, which is stop sabotaging your own success by surrounding yourself with positive and supportive people. Now, I want you to take a moment and think about the people in your life. Are they positive and supportive? Do they encourage you to chase your dreams and reach for the stars? Or do they bring you down and make you doubt yourself? You see, my friends, the people you surround yourself with can either be your greatest asset or your biggest liability. They can either lift you up or bring you down. And it's up to you to choose who you want to surround yourself with. As the saying goes, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you want to be successful, you need to surround yourself with successful and positive people. Now, I know it's not always easy to let go of negative and unsupportive people in our lives. They may be our family members, friends, or even colleagues. But sometimes, we need to make tough decisions for our own well-being and success. As the great Jim Rohn once said, "You cannot hang out with negative people and expect to live a positive life." So it's time to evaluate the people in your life and make the necessary changes. Surrounding yourself with positive and supportive people is not just about having a cheerleading squad. It's about having a network of people who will challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. These people will push you to be your best self and will not let you settle for mediocrity. They will celebrate your successes and lift you up during your failures. They will be your sounding board and your source of motivation when you feel like giving up. But how do you find these positive and supportive people? Well, it starts with being a positive and supportive person yourself. You attract what you put out into the world. So if you want to surround yourself with positive and supportive people, you need to be one yourself. Be kind, be encouraging, and be a source of positivity for others. This will not only attract like-minded people into your life, but will also make you a better person. Another way to find positive and supportive people is to join groups or communities that align with your goals and values. These can be networking groups, mastermind groups, or even online communities. Surrounding yourself with people who have similar goals and values, as you will not only provide you with a support system, but also give you the opportunity to learn and grow together. Lastly, don't be afraid to let go of toxic relationships. As hard as it may be, sometimes we need to distance ourselves from people who bring negativity into our lives. This doesn't mean you have to completely cut them off, but it's important to set boundaries and limit your interactions with them. Remember, your mental and emotional well-being is just as important as your physical health. Which leads us to number 2, which is stop sabotaging your own success by setting realistic goals. Now, you may be wondering, why is this the number 2 way? Shouldn't it be the number 1 way? Well, let me tell you this, my friends. Without setting realistic goals, you will never even get to the point of sabotaging your own success. You see, setting realistic goals is the foundation of any successful journey. It is the roadmap that will guide you towards your dreams and aspirations. But what exactly do I mean by setting realistic goals? First and foremost, it means being honest with yourself. It means understanding your strengths and weaknesses, your limitations and your potential. It means setting goals that are achievable and within your reach. Now, this doesn't mean that you should limit yourself or aim for mediocrity. No, my friends, it simply means that you should set goals that are challenging yet attainable. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to start your own business. Your ultimate goal is to become a millionaire within the next 5 years. Now, that's a great goal to have, but is it realistic? Can you realistically become a millionaire in just 5 years? Perhaps, but it will require a lot of hard work, dedication, and a bit of luck. So instead, why not set a more achievable goal, such as making $100,000 in the first year of your business? This goal is still challenging, but it is also more realistic and attainable. And once you achieve this goal, you can set even bigger goals for the following years. Another important aspect of setting realistic goals is to make them specific and measurable. Instead of saying, "I want to lose weight," set a specific goal, such as, "I want to lose 20 pounds in the next 6 months." This way, you have a clear target to work towards and you can track your progress along the way. And remember, my friends, progress is the key to success. As long as you are moving forward, even if it's just a small step at a time, you are on the right track. Now, I want to address a common misconception about setting realistic goals. Many people believe that setting realistic goals means playing it safe and settling for less. But let me tell you this, my friends. Setting realistic goals does not mean settling for less. It simply means being smart and strategic about your goals. It means setting yourself up for success instead of failure. And let me ask you this. Would you rather achieve smaller goals and feel fulfilled, or set unrealistic goals and constantly feel disappointed and discouraged? Setting realistic goals also means being adaptable. Life is unpredictable and things may not always go as planned. But that doesn't mean you should give up on your goals. Instead, be open to adjusting your goals when necessary. If you encounter a roadblock or a setback, don't be afraid to reassess and make changes. Remember, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And sometimes, the journey may take a different path than we originally planned. Now, I want to share with you a powerful quote from my mentor, Earl Showoff. He said, "Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better." This quote perfectly encapsulates the essence of setting realistic goals. It's not about taking the easy way out. It's about continuously improving and becoming better versions of ourselves. And when we do that, we can achieve anything we set our minds to. My friends, setting realistic goals is the key to unlocking your full potential. It is the bridge that will take you from where you are to where you want to be. So I urge you, don't sabotage your own success by setting unrealistic goals. Instead, be honest with yourself. Set specific and measurable goals and be adaptable. And most importantly, never stop striving to become better. Remember, the only limitations we have are the ones we set for ourselves. Which leads us to number one, which is stop sabotaging your own success by identifying and challenging negative thought patterns. The first step towards achieving success is to become aware of our thoughts. We need to pay attention to the voices in our head and question their validity. Just because we think something doesn't mean it is true. For example, if you have a goal to start your own business, but your mind is constantly telling you that you don't have what it takes, that you will fail, or that it's too risky, you need to challenge those thoughts. Ask yourself, where do these thoughts come from? Are they based on facts or just fear? Are they helping me or holding me back? Negative thought patterns often stem from our past experiences, our upbringing, or the opinions of others. But the good news is we have the power to change them. We can choose to let go of those limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering thoughts. The next step is to replace negative thoughts with positive ones. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I am capable and I will find a way." Instead of saying, "I am not smart enough," say, "I am constantly learning and growing." These may seem like small changes, but they can make a huge difference in how we approach our goals and ultimately our results. It is also important to surround ourselves with positive influences. The people we spend time with and the content we consume can have a significant impact on our thoughts and beliefs. Choose to spend time with people who uplift and inspire you, and consume content that motivates and educates you. Remember, you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so choose wisely. Another powerful way to challenge negative thought patterns is to practice gratitude. When we focus on what we are grateful for, we shift our mindset from lack to abundance. We start to see the good in our lives and appreciate what we have, rather than constantly focusing on what we don't have. Gratitude also helps us to maintain a positive outlook and attracts more positivity into our lives. But let's be real, changing our thought patterns is not an easy task. It takes time and effort, and we will face setbacks along the way. That's why it is important to be patient and kind to ourselves. We need to understand that we are not defined by our thoughts, and we have the power to change them. It's like building a muscle. The more we practice, the stronger we become. In addition, we need to be mindful of the language we use, both in our thoughts and in our words. Our words have power, and they can either lift us up or bring us down. So instead of saying, "I am a failure," say, "I failed at this particular task, but I am not a failure. This small change in language can make a big difference in how we perceive ourselves and our abilities. Lastly, it is important to remember that success is not a destination, it is a journey. We will face challenges and failures, but those are just opportunities for growth and learning. It is how we respond to those challenges that will determine our success. So instead of letting negative thoughts hold us back, let's use them as fuel to propel us forward. Remember, our thoughts are not facts, and we have the power to change them. Let's choose to think positively, surround ourselves with positivity, practice gratitude, and be patient and kind to ourselves. And most importantly, let's take action towards our goals and dreams, because that is the only way we can turn them into reality. Thank you for listening, and I wish you all the best on your journey towards success. As I always say, success is not to be pursued, it is to be attracted by the person you become. So let's become the best version of ourselves and attract the success we deserve.